I used to whisper my Shona, embarrassed by my rural dialect in the city. But what if embracing our authentic Shona voices with all their unique inflections and diverse dialects is the most powerful act of cultural strength we can make? Join us as we uncover the true beauty and confidence found in speaking our Shona proudly and unapologetically. For too many of us, there comes that quiet moment of shame when we dim our Shona voices. I remember it clearly from my own school days in a big Harare high school where most teachers and cool kids spoke English all the time. One day in class, when the teacher unexpectedly asked me to answer in Shona, I felt my cheeks burn, my tongue tied itself in knots, and I mumbled the words so softly that everyone laughed, not because the answer was wrong, but because my once proud village accent suddenly felt too loud, too different, too bush. From that day, I started swallowing my mother tongue in public spaces, at university, in job interviews, even in shops, speaking English louder and Shona only in whispers, as if the beautiful rhythms and rich sounds of our language were something to hide. We learned to feel small for saying mangwanani with the full roll of the tongue or greeting elders with the warm depth they deserve, because somewhere along the way we were taught that confidence belongs only to those who sound modern or international. But that silence is a heavy price. It robs us of our true voice, our real power, and the joy that comes when we embrace the melodies of who we really are. But today, let us turn that silence into song and truly embrace the melodies of our Shona voices with the confidence they deserve. For too long, we have carried the heavy weight of societal pressures that quietly taught us to feel small for speaking our mother tongue. Pressures that started in colonial times when schools punished children for uttering a single Shona word, labeling our beautiful language as backward, while English was lifted as the only path to success and respect. Even now, in boardrooms, on television screens, and across social media, we still see the same subtle message. The professional voice is smooth and foreign-sounding. The educated accent hides its roots, and Shona is saved only for jokes or village scenes, never for serious ideas or big dreams. These old influences linger like shadows, making many of us shrink our words, soften our tones, or switch languages the moment we step into important spaces. Yet our Shona voice is not a weakness, it is a rich melody full of history, warmth, poetry, and power. When we speak it proudly, with head high and heart open, we reclaim our dignity, honor our ancestors, and show the world that true confidence does not come from sounding like someone else, but from sounding exactly like home. And so these external pressures don't just stay outside, they quietly crawl inside us and become an internal conflict that many of us know too well. We start doubting the worth of our own Shona voice. Will they think I'm uneducated if I greet in Shona? Will my accent sound less professional in the meeting? If I speak Shona here, will people laugh or look down on me? That little voice of self-doubt grows louder each time we choose silence over authenticity, making us hesitate before saying Makadi to a fellow Zimbabwean in the office lift, or switching quickly to English when a stranger joins the conversation. We hold back the full richness of our expressions, the proverbs, the warm laughter, the deep respect embedded in our tone, because somewhere deep down, we've learned to fear that speaking Shona fully and proudly might cost us respect, opportunities, or belonging in certain spaces. It becomes a daily tug of war inside, one part of us longing to speak freely like we do at home with family, and another part holding back, shrinking, protecting ourselves from judgment we felt or seen before. But in that reluctance, we don't just silence our language, we silence a piece of our true self, and that quiet loss hurts more than any outside stare ever could. Makoro Now, let us unlock the true beauty of our language by taking a joyful journey through the rich sounds of our Shona dialects, each one like a different melody in the same beautiful song. Listen to the soft, flowing roll of Zezuru from Harare and Mashonaland, where Mangwanani feels gentle and rounded on the tongue. Then hear the strong, proud rhythm of Karanga from Masvingo with its deeper tones and clipped endings that carry the strength of the great Zimbabwe stones. Travel east to Manyika in Manyikaland, where the words dance lighter and faster, almost singing themselves with bright open vowels. Further still to Ndao in Chipinge, rich with clicks and musical rises that feel like the Chimanimani Mountains echoing back, and up north to Korekore, steady and warm, stretching some words long like the wide Zambezi Valley. Though the dialects sound different, some softer, some sharper, some faster, some slower, they all weave together the same heart, the same proverbs, the same love for family and land. No one dialect is better or purer. Each is a precious thread in the colorful tapestry of who we are. When we celebrate them all, speak them proudly, and smile at their differences, we unlock the full richness of our Shona voice, a living, breathing harmony that no single accent could ever hold alone.
Makadi. Moro. Wakadini.
And then there is the magic that lives beyond words, those Shona proverbs, idioms, and poetic expressions so deeply woven into our soul that they lose their full sparkle when forced into English. Take
Kutsva kwendebvu, varume vanodzimurana.
Literally, the beard is burning while the owners are at home, but oh, it means so much more. A crisis happening right under your nose while you sit unaware or doing nothing. The urgency, the irony, the quiet scolding, all wrapped in one vivid picture of smoke rising in your own heart, or the gentle warning,
Mombe, haiukuri nemashizha ayo.
Literally, a cow does not bellow because of its own leaves, carrying the sharp truth that people only complain loudly when the problem finally touches them personally, not when it hurts others. And who can forget the poetic beauty of that which smells good has something that stinks, reminding us with a smile that nothing in life is perfect. Every blessing has its hidden flaw. These expressions are not just sayings, they are paintings with words, music with meaning, lessons dressed in humor and imagery that only make full sense when heard in Shona, felt in the heart, and spoken with the rhythm of home.
The one who is always talking, maybe he is the one who stole the meat.
When we try to translate them exactly, the color fades, the laughter softens, the wisdom feels flat, because some beauty was never meant to cross borders. It was meant to live proudly in our tongues, passed from elder to child under the moon, keeping our spirit alive in ways no other language ever could. Our Shona dialects are not just different ways of speaking, they are living threads in a rich tapestry of identity, each one carrying its own history, community, and way of seeing the world. Zezuru, spoken across the central heartlands, often feels like the gentle pulse of the nation, shaped by centuries of trade, farming, and closeness to the capital, giving it a smooth, inclusive tone that welcomes everyone. Karanga, born in the shadow of great Zimbabwe's ancient stone walls, carries the weight of kings and builders, its strong, deliberate rhythm echoing the pride of a people who remember they once ruled vast lands. Manyika, from the misty eastern highlands, dances with lighter, quicker words, reflecting a community surrounded by mountains and fruit orchards, always ready with clever humor and sharp observation. Ndao, down near the Mozambique border, weaves in clicks and musical rises that feel like the Chimanimani Mountains echoing swelling back, and up north to Korekore, steady and warm, stretching some words long like the wide Zambezi Valley. Each dialect is not just sound, it is memory, it is geography, it is the laughter and tears of specific ancestors, the songs sung at specific harvests, the stories told around specific fires. When we speak our dialect proudly, we don't just communicate, we carry forward an entire world, a unique piece of the Shona soul that no other voice can ever fully replace. Let us finally redefine what proper Shona really means, not some frozen, perfect vision guarded by a few, but the living, breathing voice that comes straight from our hearts with authenticity and truth. Too often, we face linguistic gatekeeping, where some people, teachers, radio hosts, even relatives, claim there is only one correct or pure Shona, usually the one they grew up with, and they quickly correct or look down on anyone who speaks differently, calling dialects deep or code-switching corruption, as if language belongs to an elite few, instead of all of us who use it every day. But that idea is wrong and hateful. There is no single throne for pure Shona because our language has always been a river, not a statue. We must celebrate the beauty of code switching, that natural, clever dance we do when we say "Ndiri busy right now, handina time," or "Makadi, how was work nasi?" Mixing Shona with English slang or even Ndebele words without shame, because that blend is how we truly live, think, and connect in today's Zimbabwe. And most importantly, let us embrace the evolution. Language is dynamic. It grows with its speakers, picking up new words for new things, softening here, strengthening there, changing with every child born and every journey taken. Shona is not failing when it changes. It is thriving, staying alive because we, its people, are still here speaking it our way. So speak your Shona loudly, mix it freely, let your dialect shine, and know that the most proper Shona is the one that feels like
home on your tongue, authentic, evolving, and proudly yours. Did you know Zimbabwe has 16 official languages? Among them, English is one of the most widely spoken. But here's the fascinating part. Our Zimbabwean English accent carries something much deeper than just words. It reflects our history, our roots, and our cultural identity. I love how our accent rolls the R softly, like morning mist over the eastern highlands, stretches vowels long and warm like sunshine on the Mashonaland plains, and clips consonants neatly the way we cut sadza with our hands, clean, confident, no waste. It's the gentle rhythm of Shona and Ndebele melodies dancing inside English sentences, the quiet pride of a people who learned a colonial language but refused to let it erase our soul. When we say, "I am fine," with that upward lift at the end, or greet, "How are you?" like a song invitation, we're not just speaking, we're announcing, "I am here, I am Zimbabwean, my voice carries great Zimbabwe stones, Zambezi waters, and the laughter of my grandmother all in one breath." This accent is not broken English, it is enriched English, seasoned with Ubuntu, spiced with resilience, and sweetened by generations who turned every challenge into melody. So the next time someone asks you to speak properly, smile wide and answer in your full, beautiful Zimbabwean accent, because there is nothing more proper, nothing more powerful than sounding exactly like home. Have you ever wondered why people around the world speak English with different accents? The same magic happens right here in Zimbabwe, not just with English, but with our own rich languages too. Within Shona alone, we have beautiful dialects like Zezuru, Karanga, Manyika, Ndao, and Korekore, and the one you grow up hearing in your home, your village, or your region doesn't just shape how you speak Shona, it quietly weaves itself into the way you pronounce English words too. That's when I realized something powerful. Accents aren't just about sound, they're about who we are, deep down. each dialect is a cultural fingerprint carrying the history, the land, the songs, and the spirit of a specific community. A quiet badge of belonging that says, "This is where my roots drink from." When we open our mouths and our Zimbabwean English flows out with its warm rolling R's, its gentle rising questions, its clean clipped endings, we're not just speaking broken English or funny English, we're speaking a living accent, born from British roots but lovingly reshaped by Shona rhythms, Ndebele strength, and the voices of all 16 official languages that call this beautiful country home. It's our accent, proudly Zimbabwean, carrying pieces of great Zimbabwe stones, Zambezi waters, and the laughter of our grandparents in every word. And that, my friends, is something to celebrate every single time we speak. In high school, I remember how classmates who spoke eloquent English were teased as the nose brigade because they spoke through the nose. Back then, people didn't celebrate Zimbabwean English, yet now I see that it's something to be proud of. It's our dialect of English, just like Australians or Americans have theirs. And here's the irony. Someone who sounds polished in Zimbabwe might still sound different in the UK, where regional accents vary widely. That means there's no single perfect English, only versions shaped by history and culture. Celebrating our voice. Research shows that most Zimbabweans who speak English carry influences from Shona. Mlambo, 2009. This explains why our words might sound different to outsiders. But instead of shying away from it, we should embrace it. Languages and accents evolve. What matters most is that they reflect our identity. As Zimbabwe's curriculum begins to include more indigenous literature and languages, we're slowly returning to a place where our culture and heritage are valued. The Ndau dialect has even become one of Zimbabwe's official languages, showing positive progress in reclaiming our linguistic richness. As we reclaim our Shona, let us never forget the beautiful intergenerational connections it creates. Every time we speak Shona with our children, our parents, or our grandparents, we strengthen the invisible threads that bind families across years, passing down not just words, but love, respect, stories, and the warmth of home that keeps our cultural heritage alive and beating strong. Today, I'm calling all of us to confident expression with simple, practical steps we can start right now. Greet your neighbor with a full Makadi Mhuri instead of just hi. Answer your phone to family in Shona without switching. Teach your little ones one new proverb or song this week and speak Shona proudly in shops, at work, or even online. Begin small, in places that feel safe, and watch how the confidence grows with every word. Let's build this supportive community together. Drop in the comments your favorite Shona phrase, the dialect you grew up with, or a moment when you felt proud or shy speaking our language. Let's read each other's stories, lift each other up, and remind ourselves we're not alone on this journey.
Every time you speak Shona confidently, you add strength to our language, pride to our children, and life to our culture.
Tag a friend who needs to hear this message, share this video with someone who's been made to feel small for their accent, and hit that subscribe button with the bell on so we can keep celebrating our voices together. Every time you speak Shona confidently, you add strength to our language, pride to our children, and life to our culture. Your voice matters. Our collective voices are unstoppable. So go out there today, speak loud, speak true, speak home. Tinotenda chose for being part of this reclaiming. Let's keep the melody alive.